Hello and welcome to Fastener Connect. It is my pleasure to introduce the next presentation. But before I do, please note that we are recording the presentation to make it available to view on demand. But now I will hand over to Yuki Okimoto from the company Nissei, who will be presenting Invitation to Most Powerful Lock Bolt PLB V2. Over to you, Yuki.
Hello everyone, thank you all very much for coming to watch this video. Firstly, please let me start by introducing myself. My name is Yuki Okimoto from Nissei County Limited, and I'm in charge of the engineering department. I'm the operator of Yuka vibration test to research the self-loosening behavior of bolted joint and sales engineer of PLB V2. Today, I would like to introduce our new lock bolt called the Perfect Lock Bolt V2 technology. The PLB V2, which I will explain here, has been developed by us for more than 15 years. By the end of this presentation, you will want to use it. My talk will be divided into 3 parts. First of all, I'd like to give you some basic information about PLB V2 with examples of principal benefits. Then, I'm going to talk about the technical explanation of PLB V2. You will know that PLB V2 is the best lock bolt, demonstrating high locking and usability performance. Finally, I'm going to explain the PLB V2 business outline. Firstly, I explain the target we are looking for. We are looking for users who are interested in testing and demonstrating PLB V2. PLB V2 project is still in its beginning period, having just started in September of last year. As I'll explain later, we are confident that PLB V2 is an anti-loosening product that meets all users' requirements. However, it still lacks recognition, and there are few examples of actual use. Therefore, we would like to provide PLB V2 samples free of charge up to 10 pieces of the requested size and materials to users who want to use PLB V2 in the field. If you are interested in this service, please contact us this email address or PLB V2 website. Next, I will explain the benefits of using PLB V2. The challenge with conventional nut and washer type self-locking products is that no product that can meet all the requirements of users, such as high anti-loosening effect, easy of use and maintenance. In contrast to this, the PLB V2 has proven outstanding self-locking features by using the Yuka vibration test in accordance with ISO 16130. And the PLB V2, being a double nut type bolted joint, offers exceptional usability performance because the tightening process is completed by simply the outer nut only. In particular, the strength of the PLB V2 is that it doesn't need to be reverse seating, which is required for the double nut bolted joint. The application range of PLB V2 is very wide, and we believe that it is especially suitable for areas subject to high vibration and requiring frequent retightening. The use of PLB V2 contributes to safety and reliability.
Next, I explain the actual usage of PLB V2 in Japan. PLB V2 is used for the parts of the preheater of a lime furnace rotary kiln in the mine. In the conventional method, a nut is inserted through a bolt. Nut and part are welded together to fix the part. The bolts are made of heat-resistant stainless steel, which is used in high-temperature environment. The problem is that small gaps are created between the parts during the welding process, and the harmful gases produced during the lime burning process enter the gaps. As a result, the bolt became thin and corroded, and the user had trouble with loosening at 6 months after setting. And they must be cut to remove them, which requires many costs. User has used the PLB V2 for 6 months now and has not loosened it at all. With the conventional method, loosening has occurred in the same situation. It is also very important to realize that the PLB V2 material is cheaper and has less heat resistance than the material used in the conventional method. In summary, the user can reduce not only the labor cost, but also the material cost.
I explained the principle of PLB V2. The PLB V2 has been designed to address the issues associated with the self-loosening of a voltage joint. By design, the PLB V2 consists of a dual-thread screw shaft and 2 nuts of different thread pitches. The first or big ring nut on the shaft is multiple thread nut. The outer or secondary nut on the shaft is a single thread nut. When the PLB V2 is subjected to a self-loosening force in any form, such as vibration. As for double nut assembly, a self-loosening force initializes loosening with the inner nut. With the PLB V2, the inner nut advance is blocked by the slower moving outer nut. The mechanical lock is the secret to the PLB V2 locking design. No other fastener system in the world can make this offer. Most other self-loosening kits use friction for their locking function despite its uncertainty. PLB V2 locks the nut with a mechanical locking system that prevents them from loosening. This section explains the standard size, materials, and surface treatment available for PLB V2. The size range is M8 to M24, and the standard materials and hardness listed in the table can be used. For example, low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, chromium molybdenum steel, and stainless steel. PLB V2 doesn't apply to hot dip galvanizing because it has not been tested yet. However, Z-coat, which has equivalent corrosion resistance, can be provided for areas requiring corrosion resistance. We will consider the materials that are not listed in the above table if requested. As a basic principle, if thread rolling process is possible, then PLB V2 can be made from that material.
From this part, I explain the technical information on PLB V2. Firstly, I explain the self-locking performance of PLB V2 and other locking kits. We prepared a video to evaluate the self-locking performance by using the Yuki vibration test. I would be glad to see it.
A little explanation of performance testing. The Yuki test, which conforms to ISO 16130 standards, validated PLB V2's claim to anti-loosening capability. It is the strictest test available. We used it to measure PLB V2's clamp performance. Here you can see the actual test. Molybdenum grease is used to lubricate a bolt specimen with a nominal diameter M12, and the nuts are tightened. For easy observation, the bolt and nuts are marked. Then the bolt is subjected to 2,000 vibrations. First, for a comparative evaluation for the ISO 16130 requirements, standard bolt and nut pairs are subjected to 300 plus minus vibrations 100 times. To determine the correct lateral displacement value, 3 sets of nuts and bolts are used. Test conditions were as follows. with each sample being subjected to 2,000 vibrations and the overall loss of clamp force determined, PLB V2's ability to maintain clamp force is clear. For ISO, the numerical value of the clamp force after the vibration test determines anti-loosening capability. The three-color graph shows 3 levels of capability. Only PLB V2 attained the highest level of anti-loosening capability by ISO rules. This powerful level of anti-loosening capability delivers confidence. It delivers safety.
To evaluate the usability performance of PLB V2, I will explain the difference between the standard double nut. The standard double nut bolt has high self-locking performance, but it requires 3 steps for tightening, so time is needed. The tightening process has 3 steps. At first, tightening the inner nut. Next, tightening the outer nut. At last, holding outer nut stationary and tightening the inner nut by rotating in reverse. The reversing process is not easy and requires a skilled technician to perform. For the PLB V2, the inner nut rotates as it being tightened because the inner nut reed is larger than the outer. This means that the tightening process complete by simply the specified tightening torque of the outer nut only. No reverse seating is necessary. In addition, the user cannot use some conventional self-locking product with a power tool for tightening and releasing. However, PLB V2 can be tightened and released with a power tool. In actual use, we recommend using a spring washer between the inner and outer nuts. The spring washer acts as a stopper and prevents the inner and outer nuts from turning together, enabling anyone to handle them easily and correctly. In conclusion, PLB V2 is superior usability performance than a standard double nut.
Next, I explain the test to evaluate the maintenance performance. The purpose is to evaluate the combined results of lock and usability performance essential to users. We prepared a video to evaluate the self-locking performance by using the Yuki vibration test. I will be glad to see it.
Nissei has developed the anti-loosening bolt PLB V2. Its easy handling and unrivaled anti-loosening properties, plus lower maintenance costs, have been verified. Here, PLB V2's basic structure is illustrated. There are 2 nuts, and each moves along the shaft at a different speed. They can move apart or bump together. When the outer bolt is tightened, the inner nut moves too. This requires 1 action. When vibration begins, the inner nut presses against the outer nut and cannot loosen. It is blocked. PLB V2, compared to other highly evaluated products that must be tightened by hand, can be installed in an instant with ordinary power tools. Removal is fast. Unfasten the outer nut and remove the inner nut by hand. Where heavy vibration occurs, such as with industrial machinery or transportation machinery, it is a fact that serious accidents can happen when bolts loosen. It is also well known that delays due to maintenance, that is, retightening bolts, are also a problem. Nissei conducted an experiment to measure how costly maintenance can be. Here is how the experiment was conducted. The standard bolt loosened after 74 cycles, PLB V2 after 12,290 cycles, a ratio of 1 to 166. PLB saves 166 times the cost for each bolt to be tightened. Another test revealed that after a 10,000 cycle of testing, PLB V2 maintained over 80% clamp force, placing it near the top of the ISO ranking, whereas other products lost clamp force after 2,500 cycles. Comparison testing substantiates PLB V2's claim to reduce maintenance costs. In other words, more than a day of maintenance work can be done with PLB V2 in only 6 minutes. PLB V2 maintains clamp force longer with superior performance, reduces maintenance costs, and delivers confidence and safety.
Next, I would like to explain the outline of the PLB V2 licensing business. The PLB V2 licensing business provided the manufacturing and selling rights to the local boat or parts manufacturers and distributors under the license agreement. The reason why we have adopted the licensing business model is because we are not a bolt manufacturer, but a manufacturer of cylindrical foam rolling machines. We can manufacture and sell small quantities of 100 to 5,000 pieces, but we don't have mass production and inspection system for tens of thousands. So we are using this type of business. The PLB V2 business is mainly a licensing business, but we have received requests from users who would like to use it. Therefore, as an option, we are providing the PLB V2 for a range of 100 to 5,000 pieces. And we have acquired intellectual property rights in various countries. For thread rolling dies as an option, we can sell cylindrical, flat, and planetary thread rolling dies for PLB V2 production. Next, I will explain the benefits of PLB V2 licensing business. The licensee doesn't need to develop the thread rolling dies for PLB V2 production because we can sell PLB V2 thread rolling dies for matching your rolling machines as an option. This means that there is no need for new machines to be introduced to produce PLB V2. So the licensee can save on initial costs. And the manufacturing procedure, PLB V2, can be produced in the same way as standard bolts and nuts. About the bolt, PLB V2 can be produced simply by changing dies at threading procedure. About the nut, multi-pile thread nut requires custom-made tabs for manufacturing. However, the rating tab manufacturers can produce production PLB V2 tabs without problem. As an option, we also offer technical training. In conclusion, licensee can profit by manufacturing and producing this high value added product without new production facility investment. Finally, I explain Nissei. We, Nissei, are the leading manufacturer of cylindrical foam rolling machines in Japan and have the world's most advanced foam rolling technology. We started manufacturing thread rolling machines in 1955 and continue producing thread rolling machines. Products shown are examples manufactured through our foam rolling processes. The picture is one of our latest foam rolling machines called the Zeta Comet, which finishes the tooth flank of gears to very high precision using foam rolling. As I explained, we are experts in foam rolling. With this experience and technology, we can develop self-locking products with ingenious bolt designs that are not commonly found in conventional products. Thank you all for your attention. I'm glad this video will help you get interested in the PLB V2. At last, I show you the latest news about PLB V2. The PLB V2 was awarded the Technology Development Award by JSTP in 2021. Again, we are convinced that the PLB V2 is the best self-locking product with high technology. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. We'll look forward to hearing from you.
That marks the end of this presentation. Feel free to reach out to Yuki on the platform afterwards. Thank you very much to our presenter and to all of you for watching. Goodbye.